up, nerds? Welcome back to the channel. My name is Leslie Smith, and today on the Nerdy Narrative, I'm going to talk about Vera Wong's Unsolicited Advice for Murderers. Y'all, I don't know that I would have ever picked this book up if it had not been the March book club pick for the Literally Dead book club. That book club is hosted by Kayla over at the channel Books and Lala. I will have that linked below. So if you've read the book and you want to be part of the discussion, which will probably take place the first part of April, I'll have her channel linked so you can follow there for that discussion. But guys, this book, I'm gonna tell you, I thought when I read the first chapter, I wasn't going to like it. All this chapter was just a really big introduction for the character of Vera Wong. There was nothing about that chapter that gave me any sort of indication of what kind of mystery thriller this was going to be. However, I did find the character of Vera to be a little eccentric, a little humorous, and I thought, okay, I might enjoy that part at least. So I kept going. Here's the point where I always write down in my book journal what I think my star rating is going to be based on the first chapter. I thought this one was going to be a very low 3 or a 3.5 at most. And it turned out to be a very strong 4-star rating. I want you all to join me in writing the author and asking that she turn this into a series. I need more, although I don't know how it would work because the aspect of this one that I love the most isn't something that could keep going forward in the series. I'm getting ahead of myself. Everything that I was looking for in the first chapter took place in chapter 2 and I was hooked. As I've already touched on briefly, it's a mystery thriller with a lot of humor in it. Our main character is Vera Wong. She's a 60-year-old owner of a tea house located in San Francisco's Chinatown. She spends her days making specially crafted teas for her patron. I said patron, there's only one. And the rest of her day is spent as a detective. Well, not that kind of detective. She's on the internet checking up on her son to see if he's found a girlfriend yet. The skills that she's acquired and honed by tracking down what her son is up to come in handy. One morning when Vera comes down to go on her daily walk, she finds the body of a dead man in her tea house. Y'all, this woman was absolutely delighted that someone was dead in her tea house. She spent time getting the crime scene just perfect for the officers to come in. She was so excited, except the officers did not seem to share her excitement. In fact, they weren't even treating this as a murder. So Vera straightens her little shoulders and decides that she will be the one to do things the proper way. She didn't watch all those episodes of CSI and Law and Order for nothing. Vera's research proves that the killer always returns to the scene of the crime. So over the next few days, everyone that comes in the shop finds their way onto Vera's list of suspects. At this point, I was completely infatuated with the character of Vera. I fell in love with her little pool of murder suspects over the course of the novel. I have never been so glad for a book to be over. I read it in less than 2 days, and the reason I was glad it was over, I was in constant agony reading about Vera's cooking and all of the different specialty teas that she made for the different characters of the novel, just the descriptions of how they felt when they drank the tea or they smelled it. I wanted that. I wanted that so bad. Another interesting aspect, I've never read a book that talked so much about the relationship between Chinese parents and their children. At the beginning of the book, reading about Vera constantly checking up on her son. She would text him at 4:30 a.m. asking him why he wasn't up yet, seizing the day. I thought, oh my gosh, I feel so sorry for Chinese children if this is an accurate portrayal of their relationship. By the end of the book, I was thinking, we could all benefit from having Chinese parents. This book turned out to be such a delightful read. It's told from the different perspectives of Vera and the people that she comes in contact with during the course of her investigation. I was so wrapped up in the story, and I was so glad that I had the forethought when I checked it out from the library. I checked out the digital copy and the audiobook. The audiobook is so good. You Eunice Wong is the narrator. She did an amazing job, and probably why I love her so much. She reminds me of one of my favorite narrators, Julia Whalen. So while this is Eunice Wong's debut experience with me, she went right to the top of my list. She's one of those that if she's narrating it, I'm more likely to read it. I love her voice. I love her tone. I laughed. I loved. I cried my little heart out at the end. It was so touching. Just loved it. Is there anything better than picking a book up with zero expectations and finding a new favorite book, a new favorite author, the excitement of researching the author and finding they have several other books that you're going to get to go read? It's so much joy. The only downside is this is not a series. Jessie Q Sutanto created a masterpiece. She created a family that I want to be a part of. She created a character that I wish I had in my life. I need a series. Y'all, help me. Let's tag her on social media. Let's write her and ask her to turn this into a series. I know she can. Cannot recommend Vera Wong's Unsolicited Advice for Murderers enough. Super grateful to the Literally Dead book club for choosing that one for March and getting that one on my radar. I'm just, oh, it was so good. That's all I have for this one, y'all. Go read this book if you haven't already. You will not regret it. The only other series that I enjoyed as much and is similar is Richard Osman's The Thursday Murder Club. So if you've read that one, I think you're going to love Vera. I know that The Thursday Murder Club is getting made into a movie. I believe that they have Vera out, seeing if they can get that one optioned as well. Y'all know y'all are going to want to read the book as soon as you see there's a movie out there, so get ahead of the line at the library. Get your hold place now. And for real, that's it. I'm done. Y'all have a great rest of your day. Thank you for watching, and I'll catch you in the next